Hello and welcome to live post-match reaction here on the Rangers Rabble as myself, Stephen Cameron and Wilf Marshall react to today's 2-1 victory at Tannadice. Wilf, my friend, how are you?
I'm very well, Mark. How are you?
I'm great, and it's good to see your internet's finally working.
Let's not tempt fate, mate. Let's not tempt fate.
Stephen, buddy, how are you? How are you after that?
Mate, no bad. A bit nerve-wracked after that, to be honest, mate. The second half was... I was counting down the minutes, but we got there. We got there in the end.
Absolutely. And so, listen, for everybody watching, we're live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. So please do get your comments in. The more you comment, the longer we can stay here and talk nonsense about Rangers. For anybody who's watching back after the fact or listening on Acast, iTunes, etc., we are available on Twitter at Rangers Rabble, on YouTube at youtube.com/the Rangers Rabble, and Facebook at facebook.com/Jers Rabble. So, gents, let's just get straight into the game. And Stephen, it wasn't the most exciting game in the world. We had a couple of chances. It was quite a stodgy game, to be honest. What did you make it?
Aye, it was, wasn't it? It was quite a competitive game, though, especially the first half. I felt Dundee United really made it difficult for us. You could see them pressing Tav up and coming in our faces and stuff like that. But the best thing about it was I felt we matched them. Our passing on the first half especially was on point. I felt we were moving it about. We were matching them for intensity and stuff as well. And the amount of times we were winning balls, like especially for me, like Arfield in the game, man, the amount of balls he won in there and the tackles he was doing, and I thought it was fantastic today, especially off the back of 90 minutes on Thursday as well. So, aye, it was a game of two halves, so wasn't it? It really changed. I felt the first half was completely different for the second half. So, it just shows you again, though, whatever really teams are coming at with us at the minute, if they want to press us high, we can match it, and then they sat off as the second half and we just kind of probed. So, no, happy with that. Happy it's over as well, to be honest.
I know, Wilf, it's been a long time since, and I think I put it in the WhatsApp group, it's been a long time since I've been that nervous watching a Rangers game.
Aye, but you were nervous before it.
What's that?
So it doesn't surprise me you were watching it, to be fair.
Aye, but listen, we have Wilf, just before you... I think we're having internet issues with Wilf again. Sorry, Wilf, carry on.
I've said, just as Stephen was saying, we did have to dig it out a little bit, which... But it was good when we watched them. The first half was a lot more competitive. Second half, although we never scored, but we're never really in any danger, I don't think. I mean, but having said that, for all the ball, we had their keeper really didn't have a save to make, particularly that it was more down to our bad finish. I mean, Morelos just in one of those days. You know, I mean, he could have scored 2 or 3 just with a bit more luck, a bit more composure. The only kind of real chance they had apart from the goal was the Shankland's miss kick. From memory. Yeah. So we were never really in a lot of danger, but towards the end I was a little bit nervous myself. You know, when they got that free kick in stoppage time, I was facing the floor trying to hide, just hoping, because we've seen that movie so many times before. And I know that's not the current Rangers the movie with, but it's the scar tissue that's there until we do something, you know.
Well, the scar tissue is going to be there until we win something. Let's be brutally honest about it. But Stephen, Wilf mentioned your man there, Morelos, and I heard something during the week. Somebody was talking about Morelos, and they're saying every mistake Morelos makes gets picked up on, but mistakes that others make don't get picked up on as much. But we have to talk about Morelos today simply for the fact that he made a challenge. It was in, I think it was a 12th minute when he came through. I don't know the guy's name, but he certainly came through with an elbow and he got a yellow card for it. Was that a red?
It easily could have been, to be honest. It really could have been. It was strange because you're saying this, I couldn't remember the guy's name either, but see, a couple of minutes previous to that, he had a wee niggle at that boy as well. I don't know if he was trying to put the pressure on him. And then he's obviously went in with he's trying to put a bit of pressure on him again and went in with the elbow and he's got away with it, to be honest. But on another day, and it's maybe a season ago, Morelos would get red carded for that. Because I remember Morelos done at one point, he was getting red carded, so maybe he got away with that one, but aye, it was silly, but to be fair to him, he is learned in a sense that he's on that yellow card and he's done nothing the rest of the game. And you know, he's just kind of sat off everybody for the rest of the game. So he got away with it. We just need to take that as a stroke of luck, to be honest, because another day that could have been a red card.
Previous games, Wilf, we've been talking about Morelos, you know, not scoring goals, but that's been down to the way that obviously Steven Gerrard's Rangers are playing this season. But he has been effective in other areas at holding up the ball, creating chances. We didn't really see much of that from Morelos today, and his finishing was woeful.
Yeah, I think the yellow card affected him because I mean, he was walking a tightrope after that. I mean, like Stephen, I think on another day it could have been a red. With a crowd in, it was definitely a red. If there was a United support there, that was a red card all day long, because the referee just reacted to that. But he didn't. I mean, a lot of stuff he's been doing recently. He's been going back into midfield and digging the ball out. He wasn't doing that today, because I think he knew if he made one little slip, he'd have been off. I was very, very surprised to see him come back out the second half. I mean, I know Ali McCoy mentioned that and summarised, but I was surprised that he came out in the second half. I thought he'd hooked him up.
Aye, and we've got a comment in from Arthur Roger, and he says playing with a man down with Morelos today, and I would say in other instances that would be slightly unfair, but I think Stephen is absolutely right.
Aye, at times, man, he's a man that needs a goal, isn't he? And I think it's actually seeping into everything he's doing at the minute, because I think it's affecting his decision making. There's a time in the second, any chance he's got, he's going for a shot, no matter what it is. Is that ball drops from, he's taking a shot. And there was a time, I think, in the second half where he had a good chance to maybe play a 1-2 with Arfield, and Arfield could have popped him in, he could have got in goal, but he's taking a shot and it's went wide, and it's just seeping into everything. I think one thing I would say to him is he's still doing a lot of work off the ball and that at times, and you can tell a goal would change his game probably going forward. But I know what you're saying. I think going forward as well, Atton's probably got to maybe get a start, to be honest. I could see he played well on Thursday, came on the day and done well, and he's no work shy either, Atton, so I think he's really got a chance next week, to be honest, to play, or maybe on Wednesday actually, because it's Mirren on Wednesday, so maybe that'll lift Morelos' game and all if he knows he's going to get dropped. So maybe see what's going forward and what happens next.
Do you think Wilf was unfortunate not to get a start today?
I was surprised that he didn't start. I think we said in the post-match, that the pre-match, that we would expect it to start after we played on Thursday. I was surprised he didn't start. I can understand why Morelos started, but I would have thought it was unlucky, very unlucky not to start today. But you would have had to let Morelos out, and the man really needs a goal.
Yeah,
I think he's just trying too hard to score. It's one of those he's just trying too hard, and you can see his frustration when he gets taken off. I think because they do nothing but highlights.
Yeah, that's true. But I think we all know. I think everybody knows where his first goal is going to come from. I think we all know it's going to be in the 2nd of January. That
would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. But listen, let's talk positive. It's a win. It's 2-1. It's 15 points ahead of Hibs in second place. But Stephen, that first goal from James Tavernier is, and I hope I'm not overreacting when I say this, one of the best free kicks I've ever seen.
What a goal. Well, there's absolutely no getting away from it. That was a fucking fantastic free kick, man. I mean, my missus knows nothing about football, but I'm sitting there telling her, like, you need to come watch this. What a goal this was. I was buzzing in it, honestly. He had no right to score that goal. He had no right. I don't think that was too far out. And what a fucking finish. You're just watching a player, and you get these players from now and out. It's just at his actual peak in his performances. And he's sitting there at his prime. He's 29, and he's at his actual peak, and it's brilliant to watch, man. The confidence that guy must have at the minute. Fuck knows what he feels like. He must feel like he can't do anything wrong, and it's brilliant to watch. You only get a few players from time to time. You see that, like, I remember in May, like 2000, like Ferguson was in that form, and I remember there was a time like maybe Aluku was put like 6 months where he was unplayable. These guys sometimes are unplayable, and Tav's just in that form, and it's fantastic, man. It really is. What a goal! What a goal!
I just have to say,
I'm going to go on.
On you go, Wilf.
I'm going to go on record. Saying I turned to my missus when he lined up the free kick and says, "You don't beat a real goalkeeper from there."
which, by the way, Wilf, is slightly unfortunate because I thought Dundee United's goalkeeper looked pretty good today.
Aye.
I thought he had a decent game, but I don't think there was. To be fair, there's very few goalkeepers were stopping that. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, Tav couldn't have walked up and placed it any better. The one place the keeper wasn't getting it, and the keeper wasn't getting it.
No, absolutely. And I just have to say, Amanda's commented in excellent stream as always. Now, we are trying out new overlays and graphics and streaming services. So if there is any teething issues, we apologise. We're just trying to get the best service that we possibly can. Now, Stephen, we've seen something today that we haven't seen much of, and that is a goal that we've conceded. I don't really know if you can lay too much blame at us. You know, the ball over Tav's head, could Tav have been quicker? Could he have read it better? The cross, which the commentary team kept saying was a fantastic cross, I just thought it was a hit and hope, and it was lucky where it fell. But it is a good finish from the boy Smith.
Aye, I think it's one of those ones, isn't it? It was hats off to him. It was a good goal, like you say. Tav's position maybe, but like you say, it was a good. The ball went in the back post, and I think it was it the wing back that came in, and it was a good finish as well. We weren't expecting him to really score that. It's quite tight angle, wasn't it? But I don't know if there's really too much we could have done differently. Maybe if you're overly critical, you may say Tav's got to get to him quicker and stop that cross coming in. But to me, it was a good goal, and it was maybe against the runner play. They didn't have much other chances at that time, I didn't feel. But I think it's one of those ones. It was a good goal, and there's no really much we could have done about it.
You can't really pick a fault in it, Wilf?
I thought it was a good finish with the boy. I mean, you'll hit that another 20 times and it won't go in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really lay the blame at Barisic because he was watching the other guy come in and the boy goes down at the back, and you don't expect him to score from there. And McGregor quite rightly is trying to cover his near post, and because that's where you think the only place the boy can put it. It was a hell of a hit, so we're going to lose goals sometime. It was, as usual, it was a fairly decent goal that we conceded.
Mm-hmm. Aye, we're just not used to seeing goals go in unless it's in Europe and unless we're playing Benfica. A couple of minutes after it, Wilf, I'll come back to you. I don't really think it is, but obviously Kent in the box, which I thought, by the way, just on Kent, I thought actually he played quite well today when he was out wide, not so much when he came in the park, but he was out wide, comes in the box and gets tackled and asks for a penalty. For you, penalty?
At the time I said yes, but no, the way I look at penalties in my more mature years as a football fan, I think what would my reaction be if it was at the other end? And I'd have been raging if we lost that, if that'd be given against us. So for me, not a penalty.
What about yourself, Stephen?
It's kind of similar actually. So if that went against us, you'd be pretty disappointed, to be honest. You've seen, but in the same breath, you've seen them given, haven't you? But not too much in it. I wasn't calling for it much myself, to be honest. It's one of those ones. If you get it, you're chuffed, but you move on if you don't, sort of thing.
And just before the goal, we've just spoke obviously about Morelos. He had a chance. It was a cross. I think it was from Kent, and he had a header that he really should have scored. And I hope I'm getting that right, Wilf, but I'm not getting that mixed up with another chance.
No, he did have a header that he should have scored. But I say for Morelos, it's just one of those days. I mean, the missed kick in the second half, not long before he went off, just something to stay up. Ball just came across the box, and you know what I mean? He just whatever he did, it just wasn't working for him.
But that was kind of the few chances. We didn't create a lot in the first half, and obviously Stephen, right at the end, Goldson grabs a goal, a fantastic header, it has to be said. But I think what we also have to take for that is that's 2-1, we've won away from home, and it's two defenders that have got the goals.
Goals are just coming from everywhere at the minute, isn't it? And it's maybe makes up for Morelos at the minute. It's kind of, if we weren't getting goals for maybe it'd be more pressure on Morelos, but it's another good goal. And it was Tav with an assist, wasn't it, as well? So there was a point in the game where his stats came up in the screen. It was like first for goals, first for assists, and first for a couple of things. So first at the top of the day 1-0, but it was a good goal and it came at the right time, didn't it? Because it was a hard first half. It really was a hard. I felt that was probably one of our toughest league games we've had actually this season. They made it difficult for us, and it was a hard pitch. And to go in and get that goal, and maybe you could look at it when you come out the second half, maybe knock the stuffing out of them a wee bit because he didn't seem to press us as much. So it was a good header and came at the right time. Kind of settled you down for 15 minutes, didn't it, at half time? So it was a good finish.
Absolutely, and well, obviously, if that doesn't go in and we go in at one each, it could be a completely different second half. But that was a vital header, and it was actually a fantastic header for Goldson, who this season, not quite as good as Tav, but has been right up there in performances.
Yeah, it was a great header. I mean, he angled it in, and it was took it really well. He seems to be a lot more confident going forward. I mean, going back even to last season, you know, you were wanting him to stay back in any other centre half to come up because you were never going to get a goal off Goldson. But this season he just can't stop scoring goals. So he's obviously worked on it a lot. He seems to be a lot more confident going forward as well. And I mean the ball's in. All he had to do was guide it. You know, I mean the ball's in from Tannadice and Barisic. They're just different class. They really are.
Absolutely, and you just I didn't realise we were going to finish so quick here, and I was trying to finish my coffee, but there you go. Obviously, then, like you say, Stephen, the second half was slightly different. We had basically total control of the football. We created a few chances, but the fact that we just couldn't get that third goal, it really was squeaky bum time at the end.
It was. I think I was writing a few notes and I was like, need to get another goal, need to get another goal. I think I wrote that about 6 times here, finish this game off. But you're right, it was a different game. They kind of sat off us a wee bit more. And like Wilf was saying, we've seen that sort of picture before, haven't you, where I was worrying that their tempo dropping was going to affect our tempo dropping, and we were going to get sucked into a game where then they come back in like 70 minutes and we're struggling to match their tempo again because we've let that kind of affect us. But it never came to that. We just kind of controlled the game, and I thought Davis had done a good game as well. He seemed to have a lot of space all the time, so he was just always just the playmaker there, wasn't he, just picking the passes. And it was a nerve-wracking second half, but we done well. We done well just to control it and just see it out. They didn't really have many chances that I remember off the top of my head. They wanted the goal, but the second half they never really troubled us at all. It was a good performance second half, a different performance for the first half, but a good performance nonetheless.
Wolf?
Yeah, I'm glad Stephen mentioned Steve Davis. I thought he was in bench today.
Yeah.
Everything seemed to go through him. You know, I mean, he certainly benefited from having a night off on Thursday, and I mean, everything went through him. He was always free. It was vintage Steve Davis. Whether it was on the edge of our box, the middle of the midfield, the edge of their box, everything came back to him. You know, and he was involved in every single move. He broke down a lot of their moves. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact Tav's having a brilliant goal and a fantastic assist, Davis would have been my man of the match. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you've got to give that to Tav for the way he.
Yeah, listen, we're going to come on to some individual performances in a minute, because I also want to give a special mention to Scott Arfield, who I think does a lot of the dirty work that maybe the cameras don't always show. But just before I come to the penalty incident with Goldson, just to go back to Morelos very quickly, Scott McLaren's put in the comments, last season, if Morelos didn't score, we didn't win. He's playing a different role this season. And do you think, Stephen, that maybe Morelos is just struggling to deal with the fact he's in a different role?
I think so. I mean, he's definitely getting less chances than he would last season. I mean, last season he was more in the 6-yard box a lot of the time. He was always there when the crosses were coming in. But he's at the start of the build-up play. It feels like now he's coming short and the ball's coming to him, and by the time it's crossing in, he's too far out. And I think that's affecting him for the fact that, so anytime he's got a half a chance, he's hitting it and it's not coming off from him. It's just that sort of vicious cycle at the minute. He just really needs a goal to break that. But he's doing it, like Morelos, he's doing a lot of work, and like the whole team today, actually, the whole team, and see how fast we were winning that ball back today. See, any time we lost it, but we were just swarming them. It was, and he was part. To be fair to him, because it must be hard for him, because he's just one of those guys. He loves goals, doesn't he? He's not happy unless he's scored. See if the team wins 8-0 and he's not scored, he's not happy. And fair play to him, but he's still working hard and he's still grafting out off the ball. And so fair play to him, man. But I know what he says. Just know in the right positions, because a lot of times Tav's in a better position than him. Do you know what I mean? He seems to be in a better position most times. So, but fair play to him. See if he still works hard for the team. I can't really complain too much.
Well, Stuart Keane's commented in, Alfie needs some time on the bench, start hitting or Defoe. But is that not quite difficult if you consider the way that Steven Gerrard works his team this year? Because he makes 5 or 6 changes a game sometimes, and Morelos doesn't always start.
Yeah, I think that Morelos has been asked to play a different role. It's a difficult one, because as Scott McLaren said, last game Morelos so he didn't win, and at that time we were all screaming, we need goals from elsewhere. Now we're getting goals from elsewhere, and everybody's complaining Morelos isn't scoring. You can't have it both ways. It would be great. I mean, they said, I think it was again, McCoy said in the summarise that imagine what we're going to be. Morelos does start scoring goals.
Yeah, that's true.
Go through dry spells without scoring. And as you said, he may well be saving it for January the 2nd. But if he's doing that, he's going to have to start, at least making more chances. Otherwise, he won't be playing in January the 2nd.
That's true. Well, just coming back to you then, around about the 58th minute, I think it was a corner or a free kick. My memory is terrible and my note-taking is shocking. But the ball into the box anyway, I'm pretty sure it was a corner. Connor Goldson, the defenders get his arms all round him, hauls him to the ground, and the ref doesn't give a penalty. Can you explain to me why that is not a penalty?
can't explain it at all, because to me it's a penalty all day long.
Well,
all day long,
totally.
that's a penalty kick.
Totally. Stephen, penalty?
Aye, definitely. I was quite surprised he never got it. Like, his arms were all over him. Basically, kind of fumbles him at the ground, didn't he? So, just wasn't one of those days. No penalty Rangers today, but aye, not a stone wall, but aye, should have been a penalty kick, to be honest.
Aye. But listen, 2-1, Stephen. That's 8 games in a row that we've won in the league. We're performing fantastic in Europe. Even when we don't play at our absolute best like we didn't today, we're still winning. So, going forward, more so the fans just absolutely full of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think Gerrard was saying as well there in post-match that it's maybe a victory you'll look back at the end of the season and say, depending where you end up, that was a massive victory. It was a different sort of victory today for us. It was a grinded out. They battled, and especially coming off the back of Thursday. I know he made some changes, but like Scott Arfield, man, the work rate that, but he deserves it. I hope he gets a good rest tonight, man, because he deserves it. The work rate he put in was unbelievable today, and it was brilliant to watch. He said it was great to watch, man. At times, just you're running with them, kicking every ball with them today, weren't you, sort of thing. But it was good to watch. It was good victory.
Well, Scott Arfield, I mean, I didn't think he had the level of performances in him that he has, but I think even from when he joined the club and he was playing well, I think he stepped his performances up again another level. I think he
wasn't in the team.
Oh, not there, exactly.
And he got into the team, and he's taken opportunity. Sorry, I lost you there a bit, Mark.
Aye, I can hear you now. Go for it, Scott Arfield.
Right. Actually, Scott, he wasn't in the team at the start of the season. He got a chance, and he seems to have grabbed it. And I don't know whether it's because they've had a longer break to work as a sort of midfield together, or the players around him are playing more consistent than they were before. He's certainly playing a lot better than he ever has been for us, and his work rate is, as Stephen says, is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the guy's got some engine in him. He just keeps playing and playing and playing, and he probably needs a rest. But I think he's one of these players. He's like Goldson and Tavernier. I don't think he wants a rest particularly.
No.
You know, but he certainly. I mean, he does a lot of the goals I've seen. He's a lot of balls back, a lot of wee pass here, a wee pass there, onto the likes of Davis and Kent that you don't really see unless you're looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think actually quite a lot of our players, considering how much rotation that we do, I think a lot of our players want to play every game, you know. But then, so just finally, gents, Stephen, I'll come to you first for your man of the match.
I know I've mentioned him a few times, but it's Scotty Arfield for me, man. I was gutted he never got it. I know Tav had that free kick, and but the amount of work rate, man, I just couldn't praise him high enough for the day, especially after Thursday. And he was just driving, even at like the last sort of minute, he just kept on going, and even driving forward, not just the tackling and pressing, but driving forward with the ball, getting us out, getting us up, getting us yards in the field, and brilliant for me today. I know he never done anything like individually spectacular on the ball, set up a goal or assist or scored or whatever, but just that work rate alone. I think it was I don't know if who would have picked ahead of him, but I think Gerrard got his selection right. See with Davis and Arfield today, I think it was a big one because they were battling, they were up for the fight, I felt, especially first half, and Arfield's somebody that can match that. So Arfield for me was fantastic today.
Wilf, man of the match.
As I said, I thought Steve Davis was immense, but I need to give the Tav for his goal, and the match fire just now.
Right, so you've left the decision with me, Tav or Arfield. Rangers Rabble man of the match is James Tavernier. It has to be goal and an assist. Sorry, Stephen, mate, sorry.
No, you're not right. You can't get them all.
Right, listen, that will do us today. Thanks to everybody who commented. Again, we are quite brand new. There's loads of fantastic Rangers content out there. So for every person, whether it's 5 people, 50 people, 500 people that tune in, we greatly appreciate it. We will be back on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I can get the guys together to record our St Mirren preview, and then we'll be back on Wednesday night for our live match reaction from the St Mirren game. And I don't know why Wolves hit the huff. I agreed with him about that. Right, so listen, thank you to Stephen, thank you to Wilf for joining me. Thank you to everybody watching, and we shall speak to you again very, very soon.